Hi, this is Surya. Welcome back to Beyond Classroom. In part 1 of this series, we learned the 3 vocabulary groups for describing maps: location and direction, change language, and position and proximity. In this video, part 2, we are going to use that vocabulary to write the overview and the body paragraphs. We will use a new map example so you get practice with fresh material. Let's get started. Here are the 2 maps we'll be working with. They show a town along King Street in 2000 and how it looks today. Before you write anything, always do a quick analysis. On the western side of King Street, there were 2 major changes. The cinema was replaced by an apartment block, and the vegetable shop became a supermarket. The coffee shop, however, remained unchanged. On the eastern side, only one change took place. The library was replaced by a medical center, while the school and the park remained in their original positions. Now you are ready to write. The overview is the most important paragraph in Task 1, and one of the most misunderstood. It tells the examiner the big picture of the map before you discuss any details. First, let's look at what you should do. State the overall picture. What changed most and what stayed the same? For map tasks, this means identifying the main area of development and noting any important features that remained unchanged. You should also mention the main area of change. In many map tasks, one part of the map changes more than another. So this is often an important point to include in your overview. Another useful tip is to use words such as overall or in general to signal clearly that you are writing the overview. Keep the overview concise, usually 1 or 2 sentences. Remember, the overview should present only the main ideas, not the details. Now let's look at what you should avoid. Do not list specific changes, such as the cinema was replaced by an apartment block. Details like these belong in the body paragraphs. You should also avoid inventing numbers or data. Maps do not usually contain numerical information, so focus only on the features shown. Another common mistake is repeating words directly from the question. Instead, try to paraphrase wherever possible. One more important point to keep in mind. The complete Task 1 response must contain at least 150 words. Going under 150 words is penalized under task achievement, so always check your word count before you submit. Think of the overview as what someone looking at the maps would understand after just a few seconds. A clear big picture, no specific details, and usually no more than 2 sentences. To make writing the overview easier, you can follow a simple template. Start by introducing what the maps show and the time period. Then give the overall picture by identifying the main area of change and what remained the same. For example, look at this template. Don't worry about filling in the template just yet. In the next slide, we will apply it step by step to our map example. Let's build the overview in 3 steps. Step 1. Introduce the task. We start with the 2 maps illustrate how a town along King Street changed between 2000 and the present day. This tells the examiner what the maps show and the time period. Step 2. State the main change. We add, overall, more development took place on the western side of King Street. The word overall signals this is the overview, and we identify the area with the most change. Step 3. Add the contrast. Most features on the eastern side remained unchanged, with the exception of the library. Now you can see the complete overview. Here, the word while is used to connect the two ideas and create a clear contrast. This gives balance to the overview by showing change on one side and stability on the other. Notice that the overview remains concise, contains no specific details, and provides a clear overall picture of the maps. Now let's see how we can organize the body paragraphs. For map tasks, the cleanest strategy is to organize by area, one paragraph for each side of the road. Since King Street clearly divides the town into a western side and an eastern side, this organization makes the response easy for the examiner to follow, and it is the most logical approach. Body paragraph 1 covers the western side of King Street, where most of the changes occurred: the cinema, the vegetable shop, and the coffee shop. Body paragraph 2 covers the eastern side, where changes were minimal. The school and park remained unchanged, while only the library was replaced. This keeps the information organized and easy to follow. Now let's look at how to build body paragraph 1, the western side. Step 1 is the topic sentence. Looking at the western side of King Street, the most striking change is the replacement of the cinema, which stood in the northern section, by a new apartment block. This opens with a location signal and states the biggest change immediately. Step 2 is to write the second change. The vegetable shop, which was situated to the south of the coffee shop, was also replaced, this time by a supermarket. Notice the relative clause, which was situated to the south of. This is your position and proximity vocabulary from part 1, working directly in the sentence. Step 3 is to show the contrast. The coffee shop, however, has remained unchanged throughout this period. The word however signals the contrast neatly. Now, you can see the complete first body paragraph here. It has 3 sentences, 3 pieces of information, and logically ordered. Now let's look at how to write the second body paragraph, which is about the eastern side. Step 1 is to write the topic sentence that directly contrasts with paragraph 1. Turning to the eastern side of King Street, the changes were far less extensive. The phrase far less extensive means that the changes were much more limited. In other words, there were far fewer changes on this side of the road. Step 2 is to state what stayed the same. The school in the north and the park in the south have both remained in their original positions since 2000. Notice the locational language, in the north and in the south. Step 3 is to close with the one change. The only notable development on this side was the replacement of the library by a medical center. Now you can see the complete second body paragraph here. It is short, precise, and complete. Now let's put everything together. Here is the complete response: the introduction and overview, body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. Read it through and notice how the vocabulary from part 1 is working throughout. Blue highlights show location and direction language. Western side of King Street, in the north and in the south. Green highlights show change language, including expressions used to describe both change and no change, such as replacement, replaced, remained unchanged, and remained in their original positions. Maroon highlights show position and proximity language, to the south of. So, we have now used all 3 vocabulary groups to build a complete IELTS answer in 3 paragraphs. To summarize part 2, always analyze the map before writing. Identify the main changes, the unchanged features, and the best way to organize your response. Next, write a clear overview that highlights the main change and the contrast without including specific details. Then, organize your body paragraphs by area, one for each side of the road in this example. Build each paragraph with a topic sentence, supporting details, and where appropriate, a note on what remained unchanged. In part 3 of the series, we will look at how to vary your grammar and sentence structures to make your writing more sophisticated and help you reach Band 7 and above. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to Beyond Classroom. Thank you for watching, and see you in part 3.